What's happening, Pocket Watchers? It's your host, TP here in the flesh. If you like me and you like Pocket Watching, subscribe and tap into our episodes. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below on who you want to see next. Today, we're going to be Pocket Watching NBA Youngboy. Yo, TP, cue that intro. Born October 20th, 1999 in Baton Rouge, LA, was Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden, better known as NBA Youngboy. Now, as of 2017, Youngboy is signed to the record label Atlantic Records. 2 studio albums, 2 compilation albums, 16 mixtapes, 2 collaborative mixtapes, 3 extended plays, 18 singles, and 6 promotional singles later. NBA Youngboy is widely recognized as a worldwide phenom and a YouTube hip-hop prince. Hopping right into Youngboy's YouTube bag with 6,770,504,802 total YouTube views. NBA Youngboy's monthly views are just north of 200 million. Now, to understand this math, you need to know NBA Youngboy's label Atlantic Records is paid on a monthly basis from YouTube by a metric called CPM. CPMs can range depending on the channel category, but for music, the average CPM is $2. So, with some rough calculations, he makes his label around $404,000 per month from YouTube. That means in 1 year, from nothing but YouTube, Youngboy's YouTube is generating Atlantic $4,853,640. Assuming NBA Youngboy is in an industry standard contract of 10 to 15 points for major artists, Youngboy is taking home anywhere between $485,364 to $728,046 per year from his cut of YouTube earnings. Even further, Youngboy has generated about $13,541,009.60 in total, making himself anywhere between $1,354,100.96 on the low end and $2,031,151.44 on the high end from total YouTube revenue. Sticking with this streaming bag, at the time of this recording, NBA Youngboy has accumulated 5,325,000,000 streams across all DSPs, meaning Youngboy has managed to generate his label Atlantic Records over $26,625,000 in streaming revenue alone. How do we get to that number? I'm glad you asked, Pocket Watchers. According to Digital Music News, Spotify calculates at 0.005 per stream. Now, based on industry standard record deals, and since he doesn't own his publishing or masters, we assume Youngboy keeps anywhere between 10 to 15 points. For those that don't know, points are percentages. So, using industry standards, Youngboy has made himself anywhere from $2,662,500 to $3,993,750 to date from streaming revenue alone. Let's go a little deeper and break this down. So we got a couple things to remember. 1,500 streams equals 1 album sale, and 150 streams equals 1 single sale. Now, in order to reach gold status, you need 500,000 units sold. And for platinum status, you need 1 million units sold. His biggest single, No Smoke, is 3 times platinum, meaning he sold 3 million equivalent units, which is 450 million streams from that song alone. So, at 450 million streams and 0.005 per stream, Youngboy is generating Atlantic $2,250,000 from this one song alone, meaning Youngboy could have pocketed anywhere from $225,000 on the low end to $337,500 on the high end. Moving to his second biggest single, Untouchable, that's 2 times platinum, meaning he sold 2 million equivalent units, which is 300 million streams from that song alone. So, At 300 million streams and .005 per stream, Youngboy generated Atlantic $1.5 million from this song, and that's on the low end. So, we wanted to see how much Youngboy made. We'd calculate he made anywhere from $150,000 on the low end to $225,000 on the high end. With 14,885,700 monthly Spotify listeners, I'm sure his numbers only go up from here. Now, we also have to account for the cash that he makes directly through features. Youngboy makes anywhere from $75,000 to $125,000 for each feature. With a little research, we found the NBA Youngboy has done a total of 16 features across his career. So, what does that mean numbers-wise? That means even on the low end, that's a collective revenue of $1.2 million. And on the high end, it could go up to $2 million. Again, let's use industry standards and assume he only keeps 80% of his features money. That's still right around $960,000 to $1.6 million on the higher end in his pockets, either way it goes. Here's a more detailed breakdown year over year. In 2017, he did 3 features. Keep in mind that this was before his glory days, meaning we'd use an estimated $30,000 per feature. So, on the low end, he made around $90,000 from features revenue only. With this being the first year he signed to his label Atlantic, it's estimated Youngboy kept around 80% or $72,000. Moving to 2018, Youngboy did 6 features, this time for between $40,000 and $60,000 per feature, accumulating right around $240,000 in that year on the low end, with the high end being closer to $360,000. Because he signed to Atlantic, it's estimated Youngboy pocketed anywhere from $192,000 to $288,000. In 2019, Youngboy did 5 features, now commanding $75,000 to $100,000 per feature. From 5 features, he generated about $375,000 on the low end and a potential $500,000 on the high end. Because he signed to Atlantic, it's estimated he kept anywhere from $300,000 to $400,000. Lastly, in 2020, so far he's done 2 features, meaning being in the thick of his prime, NBA Youngboy features will run you anywhere from $125,000 to $150,000. Running some basic math, on the low end he's generated $250,000 and $300,000 on the high end, earning himself about $200,000 to $240,000 after Atlantic gets they cut. Hopping into Youngboy's show money. With a little research, we know he commands anywhere from $60,000 to $125,000 per show. With Youngboy being one of the hottest rappers in the game right now, it's also easy to find that he's had 101 tour stops over the totality of his career. Let's run the numbers. So, at $60,000 per show, that'd be another $6,060,000 generated. Again, assuming he's in a slightly unique to standard deal, with shows and features being how most artists eat, we can say Youngboy keeps around 20% and Atlantic takes 80%. Let's run those numbers back and see what Youngboy's cut is. At $60,000 per show and 101 shows, he would take home about $1,212,000 on the low end. We want to go to the higher end, assuming Youngboy consistently demands $125,000 per show and keeping that same 101 shows. That'd be $12,625,000 generated, with Youngboy taking home a cool $2.5 million. Although various sites list NBA Youngboy's net worth at $5 or $6 million, it's safe to assume, based off of the facts and the numbers, Youngboy is worth maybe a little more. Based on our numbers, we got him making on the low end $2,662,500 from total streaming, $1,354,100.96 from total YouTube views, $1,212,000 from total shows, and $960,000 over 16 features, totaling about $6,188,600.96. And if we go to the higher end, we got him at $3,993,750 from total streaming, $2,031,151.44 from total YouTube views, 2,525,000 from total shows, and 1.6 million over 16 features. Totaling about $10,149,901.44 over the totality of his career. Pocket watching. Since we pocket watching, let's understand this does not account for his actual take home. This does not include internal running costs like managers, wardrobe, staff, and any other business operational costs. More important, let's not forget, at this level of income, Uncle Sam has a plate, mouth, and 2 handfuls worth of Youngboy's bread. Nonetheless, this is a pretty good and accurate calculation of how much NBA Youngboy is pocketing. Alright now, pocket watchers, today's video on how Youngboy makes his money, it's a wrap. What would you like for us to cover next? Let us know in the comments below. Go Gus with that thumbs up. If you trying to be a pocket watcher, tap in with that subscribe button.